I made some pretty poor decisions at one point in my life, not too long ago, and really found myself in a kind of a desperate situation in the pit. My wife and I got up here and got involved in Biltmore Church, and I just had been involved in church before, and I thought, what kind of ministry should I get in? And as I thought about what God had done in my own life, I thought, you know what, where can I get involved with men that are maybe going through some of the same things that I'd gone through? The scripture talks about whom much is given, much is required. And I felt like that I had a duty, a responsibility as a believer to give back, and that's a good way, I think, to do it. Absolutely, all the time. I've been doing this for about 2 years. I do a Bible study on Wednesday nights. It was amazing to me. I would see men that were angry at each other. I didn't know that necessarily, but they'd be in the room with me, and then 45 minutes into it, one of them would just say, look, I need to apologize to you for whatever. And I saw like reconciliation, forgiveness taking place, which is very biblical. And so, yeah, I see stuff happen all the time where God's at work in those men's lives. And this young man, his name was John Powell, started attending the Bible study on anger pretty much at the beginning of it. And he would be there every week. Sometimes I would go and I'd see a guy that I'd met with the previous week, and he wouldn't come in the room for whatever reason. And you know, sometimes that hurts your feelings, or you're thinking, well, what did I do? Or maybe he's just not interested. But John came every week, and he was hungry. And I could already tell right off the bat that he was seeking after the Lord, and had a desire to grow and to learn. And I remember him sharing that he was just like kind of done with his addiction, done with his brokenness. And so, yeah, over that 10 or 12 week period, we kind of became friends, if I could say that. And he's become a friend. We share theological books. We're doing some of the same stuff. So it's been a cool thing to see. I think it's a miracle, and it's been a real encouragement in my life. I never leave without just feeling great. It is interesting. So sometimes I'll go and the detention officer will open the door to the room, and I'll go in there and like nobody comes in, and I'll set the chairs up. And so I've just kind of learned, I'm like, okay, well, God, then I think you just have me here to pray over these men. They're not even in the room. And I'll start praying, and every time somebody eventually comes in, and a lot of times it's just one-on-one, which I love those times. A lot of times we'll just kind of shelve what I was going to talk about, and we'll just get into that. Other times it's 8 guys, and a lot of engagement, a lot of banter. So I never leave without feeling hopeful for these men, and even in my own life, it's an encouragement to me. But I hope it's an encouragement to them, and I do see God working. So I have no doubt that it is. But it's just a great feeling to be engaged with those guys, that if I can do it, anybody can do it. The detention center, I've always felt safe. The training was really good. I just feel like that if you're looking for broken people, I think they're all around us. They just don't have orange jumpsuits on. And I often tell these guys, I'm not wearing an orange jumpsuit, but I've been just as broken as you're broken. And so I would just encourage people to be a little risky and just say, hey, I'm going to go to the jail. I'm going to visit these guys or these ladies in the detention center. It's a blessing. You don't have to be an accomplished Bible studier. I think you can just get in and listen to these guys and talk, and I think anybody can do it.